Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe the Chocobo here, and I am back after some... nothing happened. Anywho, so we're gonna go ahead and put down some worms. I know, it's just going right into it, right? No, like, transition, nothing, just going straight in for it. But we got stuff to do, man. Got things to do, places to be. Not really, but, you know, got things to do. And let's go ahead and put that nerd there. And there we go. And just like that, we have ourselves a happy little worm colony of colonists doing colonial things. And they are going to go ahead and keep that soil nice and fertilized and whatever else. So good, 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 and good. We, of course, are doing this as a dirt plot, and that is going to be the only actual function that I am going to demand of it at this point of time. I may come back and decide, hey, you know what, I want to do something a little bit different, but for right now, this will do the trick. I'm assuming I am going to have to do something kind of goofy here at some point. We're going to have to rip out some, like a worm or something, but we're going to probably get rid of this worm, put a farming station right where it is, and we might have to mess with some stuff, but we're not going to worry about that right this particular moment of time. Actually, do I have enough space? Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No, I'm exactly 1 short. Although I guess I could just knock this out, and then we would have exactly 9. And then we could... Actually, that doesn't sound like a half bad idea. Yeah, okay. In the future. Future Choco thing. Not current Choco thing. Future Choco thing. Alright, so... we got ourselves our little worm colony kind of doing the thing. And... what did I do? Did I... oh. I'm looking around here like, what happened to my dirt seed? Can't seem to find it. Just, brain, gone. Alright. So, we need to go ahead and make some dirt seeds. We're going to require dirt, inferium, and tier 1 crafting stuff, which is completely irrelevant now because of our new friend that we made over here. Not you. Is it you? No, not you either. You? Yes. Alright, so we have a whole buttload of prosperity shards now. This was actually a huge bottleneck because we had to kind of like individually go for each one, which is nice that we no longer have to do that. So base crafting seeds, let's just go for 7 here. And the reason why I'm saying 7 is actually because of the fact that I want to just focus on just getting 1 3x3 done before I even consider anything else. Okay, I really need to remember that I need to do this. What? Oh, I don't have the dirt for it. Oh, that's awkward. Alright. Alrighty, anywho. Well, we'll get the dirt. It's only a matter of time. Each time I get one of these things, it does give me 24, which is fantastic. So we need 5 more, and then we'll be in good shape. But regardless, we do have other stuff that we need to be doing for the farming station. As you can see here, I have 2 diamond hoes in my inventory in preparation. We haven't prepared a whole lot else, though, so we do have quite a bit to do. Iron, coal, and silicon is going to be what we need. And I'm going to need 4 electrical steel, so I am going to need 4 of all those different kinds of things. Which to me means... I'm in some degree of trouble, actually. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now I have that forever in my inventory. I also am going to need 4 silicon, which... isn't silicon something goofy? Like, I just melt something? Really? You can take compressed sand and do that. I had no idea. The more you know. I'm actually down to try that. I did not know that was a thing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take that, and I don't know, I'm not going to really worry about that part. And sag mill, and then we're going to throw this compressed sand into there. That is going to start breaking down, giving us some silicon, hopefully. I don't feel like this is the way we did it previously. I feel like we did this not this way. You know what it is? I bet you there's a conflicting, there's a different definition of silicon. Yeah, okay, that's the one that we used. Alright. Don't matter. Don't matter. This is way easier to get silicon this way, though, so I am all kinds of down to get silicon this way. Alright, 51 things of silicon. Easiest silicon of my life. And Now I need to throw you in the alloy smelter, which is going to be silicon, iron, and I believe coal. So you get those things together, you get electrical steel, or at least so I think. Electrical steel, while that's going, we are going to, of course, require the aid of pulsating crystals, which is going to require pulsating iron nuggets, which comes from this, which is an iron and an ender pearl. Now, we do need 16 of them, which means that we are going to inherently need 2 of those bad boys. So I just need 2 ender pearls. That's all I need. Nothing too expensive, nothing too crazy. And if I've played my cards right... No, these things are the spooky graphite ones. Yes. We have a healthy amount of ender pearls. I'm surprised we only have that many. Weird. Alright. We also are going to need the iron and stuff, but we already have that, so no worries. Alright, so let me go ahead and put the iron back up in there, put the 2 ender pearls in there. And that should now be on its way. Cocoa brown egg, goodbye. You've been voted off the island. And let me go ahead and fetch my 2 pulsating irons, break those down, get myself pulsating crystals. I do not have the diamonds on me. I can, however, craft them. Alright, and so let's put all this stuff into here, electrical steel, all this other junk in here. Coal powder, sure, why not? Oh lord, okay, soul sand, soul glass, which I have no idea what I'm gonna do with. Clay, feathers, greenhouse glass even, we can throw into there. Alright, and then we're gonna need to make 2 of those. So 2 of them have been made. I'm gonna need a Z-Logic controller. I'm gonna need another machine chassis, so I already have the ingredients for a basic capacitor. And then a machine chassis in turn. And then all I need now is just the head. That's all I need. And that's going to require me getting 2 more things of solarium, a zombie head, 2 things of silicon, and a redstone dust. So I can actually pilfer 1 redstone dust from there. What else does it require? 2. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 things of silicon. It's actually, let's be faithful to the mod pack here, and let's use the silicon from Ender.io. So we have 2 silicon. We are also going to need 2 solarium. I have 2 things of soul sand, so that actually works out pretty well. And we need 2 things of gold for you. Alright, so let's fly back. And I'm going to need a zombie head, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think I either have them up in here or I have them somewhere else. I think I did store them, though. I don't think I threw them away. Can't imagine I threw them away. Wait a minute. No, they definitely used to be here. They used to be here. What did I... Did I move them into here? Think, Choco, where did you put them? We had them. I know for a fact we had them. I do see like chunks and stuff here, but I don't see any zombie heads. Oh. Don't see any zombie heads. Can't see it. You know what? Where could it possibly be? Just sometimes I wonder, man. Sometimes I wonder. I just wanted all the brain cells like everyone else. Just not gonna happen. All right. All right. So there is that into there. I'm gonna go ahead, take this out, throw the gold and the soul sand into there. That's gonna make my solarium. I'm going to go ahead, throw in my 1 redstone dust, and the 2 silicon I believe are on the bottom, right? Yep. And then the solarium is up top, so let me go ahead and do that. So boom, that's going to go ahead, craft that up. Now, the farming station, the way that works, of course, is that it chooses an area, or it goes around a radius, but the way it actually goes through the process is it goes one by one. It's like bang, 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 bang. You guys can't tell what I'm doing. Like bang, 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 like down the rows and everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set it up for here. We're not going to do the upgrade yet. I may end up actually needing to revise the way we're doing this, but regardless, we do want to set this up for right now just because it will save me a ton of effort and energy in terms of farming dirt, because we do want to get a lot of dirt so I can start populating different areas and stuff. But for right now, this should do more than its fair share. So let's see here. Yeah, upgrade also increases power use. Alright, so that's all fine and dandy. I'm actually going to leave this right here. I know this is kind of a strange spot to use. I'm also going to use a flex point to bring this thing power. Alright, so now that is powered up. And that's all going. I'm going to go ahead and give it a hoe. Alright, there it goes. And it's collecting dirt essence. And so now this will automatically collect it. Now, because of the way that this is, I've never seen a seed, I don't think, come out of anything. So if we do end up getting a seed, we'll replant it. But if it doesn't have any seeds, all that's going to end up happening is that it's going to go through and just strictly collect essence, which actually is a lot easier for us. That means I don't have to worry about an item filter or anything like that. Not that's a big deal if I have to filter it out, but just simplifies my life a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead, leave this here. And that's going to collect us a whole bunch of dirt essence. And just like that, it's actually doing pretty well. I'm actually kind of surprised at how well it's going. It's going alarmingly well. Oh no. Actually, during this time, let me go ahead and take advantage of the fact that I am able to do this. We're going to go look up the farming station because the way that the capacitor works changes the range and things like that. So let me go ahead and see. So with a regular one, it is a 7x7, which I think means that it's 3 radius, right? So from here it goes 1, 2, 3, and then anything within that radius it just collects. That is not 3 down, but whatever. You get the idea. And then double layer, I believe, is a 5 radius, and then 15x15, so that would be a 7 radius. This is 9 long. So I suppose what we could do is I could actually... It wouldn't be perfectly efficient. I mean, it would definitely not be efficient. But we could theoretically, I guess, just say to heck with it. Yeah, we could say to heck with it, and we could just do it so it just uses like one central point and harvests within a 15x15 and make a tower. Because honestly, this isn't half bad. I don't know if both of them are actually helping, if they're doing a whole lot, but hey, you know what? I ain't going to complain about it. It's working and it's going, so all the more power to it. So there we go. We have our farming station done, and that's going to collect us a whole bunch of these little dudes, and we already got 8 from it. So while we were talking, I've already made a quote-unquote profit of 24 dirt. So that is running and gunning. Awesome. Which means that we are now poised to strike for Alright, we're now poised to strike for actually 2 things. We could make the proper big reactor now. We could also alternatively, and also, hold on, before we do that, there's a little story time that we need to have. I thought about this, and I had a very large crisis of my mind, which is the way we have this set up. I didn't think about it because it just never really occurred to me. But you know how we have flex points for all these back things? We don't need to do that. We could definitely connect some kind of power thing and just have a power grid run behind the whole thing instead of having individual ones. But yeah, it's what's done is done. I'm not going to go back and change that. So we now have flex points for everything. That's an excessive number of flex points, but it's okay. The world will continue spinning, or so we hope. So anywho, that is all good and dandy. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of checking here and make sure that everything is in good shape. Get this uranium ingot in here. Okay. Alright, cool. So we have the dirt now flowing. This kind of actually makes this irrelevant because even though it does work, I don't have a really good use for it. So let me go ahead and get rid of that because that is no longer useful to me. Goodbye. So this now means that we have big reactors or Tinker's Construct coming up next. So I do think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to try to flush this out a little bit more. Let me think here. Let me actually think about what the dimensions of that would be. So if I say 15x15, that's a 7x7, correct? So if it's 7x7, 7 by 7 around that central point. Okay. That doesn't really help us. 5 by 5. Is there anything that really helps? I guess the 3 by 3 is the best situation. Yeah, okay. So if... Here. So hypothetically speaking, this is a big old hypothetical here, but if I were to do 1, 2, 3, and then this was the main line for it, it would also then need to be, so right here, I believe would end up being the thing. That's a really weird way to fill this in, but so I think this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the regular one. Actually, no, that's not. That's not it. 7 by 7. So 2 more, actually. Okay, and then we need to go 2 more. So let's actually take a gander. I want to see. I want to see exactly what I am dealing with. Some more dirt. This is so much faster. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so that's going to start hydrating the ground there. And then that right there is going to be where the farming station should theoretically be. I don't think... I mean, there's no harm. Yeah, there's not really... There's no harm in us doing it this way, though. It's just not gonna, like, use the full space, you know? Which is kind of unfortunate. You know what? I'm going to make this commitment now. I'm going to regret it later. I know I'm going to regret it later. But this is what I'm thinking for right now. This base, I've always tried to become like kind of attached to our bases as we go along, trying to build off of the same base the entire time. I'm going to say to heck with that. We'll keep some of the resource nodes. Like this part I think we'll end up keeping, and we'll let that run on its own. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Maybe I just have to really reconsider how I'm doing the farming area. I think that mob farm needs to go, because I dislike that mob farm being there. It's just kind of an eyesore. So we're going to go ahead and have to do something with our mob farm and remove it and put it somewhere else. We're going to have to relocate it. Alright, so here's the game plan for right now. I need to take this flex point. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this farming station. And we're going to slap you right here. And then that way... Did I make another dirt seed? Wait, didn't I make a whole bunch of dirt? Wait a minute. Didn't we make a bunch of dirt seeds? Am I losing my mind? Did we? Okay, I need to go to sleep after that. Okay, I do see 6 crafting seeds here, so I just must not have ever made them. Oh, that's right. We ran out of the dirt. That's what happened. Okay, it's coming back to me now. I'm like, this ain't right. We were working on the dirt seeds. Hold on. We're okay. Nobody panic. Oh, you know what? Yeah. No. This doesn't make... Okay, hold on. No. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on in my brain today, but it is not here. We need to put this back to where it rightfully belongs. So I'm going to leave that there for now. I'm going to put that diamond hone there, and I'm just going to do this. Because we have the growth crystals underneath, and the growth crystals operate off of 9x9. The growth crystals are infinitely way more valuable, so I'm just not even going to worry about that. This does beg the question, though. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to operate off a completely different set of kind of goals. I'm going to want to redo this area. This area I'm actually okay with. I think this is kind of starting to take shape in a way that makes sense to me, that I'm like, yeah, I want it to continue to be building this way, but this one over here, this needs to... The hen house is fine. Mob farm is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay, really. We need to change up quite a few things, so... We have quite a bit of work ahead of ourselves to go. But let me just go ahead and swoop all this stuff up here. And then we're just going to get the dirt that we need. And then I think we'll be good for the day. So we've gotten ourselves a fair bit of... We've gotten ourselves our farming area set up, which is a very big thing. We also need to get ourselves... our Tinker's Construct still set up. We have to get a lot of things set up, actually. The more I think about it, the more we have to do. But we have to get Tinker's Construct semi-urgently done. We also should probably really be thinking about getting a big reactor, a better big reactor sorted. Although, admittedly, we don't really need it. We don't have anything that's draining a whole lot of power as of yet, so... Perhaps it's not as big of a deal as I think it is. But you know what? Let's focus on doing. We're gonna do a multi-part build thing. I've never tried that, and now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think that might be kind of cool. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to do a multi-part build the next several episodes. We're gonna try to see whether or not I can actually do a multi-part build. And what I mean by that is I want to see if we can kind of stepwise start replacing things here. Like this witherproof area, while it was great for the time, I think at this point we can now kind of graduate. I don't want to build this here. We can kind of graduate from that whole thing. So let me go ahead and plant these crops. So we're going to let that run. We're going to let that do its thing. The next several episodes should be about building and should be about all that other stuff. It's going to go by... I'm going to try to do it relatively quickly. I'm going to try to make sure that we have at least a way to collect all the things that we need rather efficiently. What that also means is I'm going to need to go ahead and get that started by getting you guys ready to go, because I'm going to need some wood. Alright. Come on. Give me some more. You're a bunch of Scrooges, game. You know that? Just a bunch of Scrooges. Alright, you know what? Two can play at this game. Hold on. You want to be a little goatfish? I will see your goatfish and raise you an even bigger goatfish. Alright. So we have ourselves this all. And also, we do have one more thing. We have a little bit of time, right? Yeah, we have a little bit of time. Alright, so... we're going to do one extra thing, and this is for the hen house. It's a really arbitrary... We're switching gears, like, really crazily today, I know, but, like, my brain is in 300 different places at once. We're going to make a redstone lamp. You might be like, Shoko, why a redstone lamp? It's because of the fact that we never did this, but it is in the game, and I'm kind of curious to know if it's going to work well, which is you can actually take redstone lamps, and you can actually use the redstone lamps to speed up the incubation of something that's sitting in a nest. Or, not a nest, but, well, I guess it is a nest. I don't know. Are you not filled yet? You are filled. Why are you being weird? Okay, I don't know. Alright, so, let me go ahead. I'm going to need some glowstone. Glowstone, glowstone, glowstone. Where are you? There's a glowstone pocket. And just like that, we come out. And go ahead. Throw that into there. A redstone lamp. Just kidding. Glowstone. I can make a whole lot of you, apparently. And a redstone lamp. One redstone lamp. Check. And there we are. Now, I don't know where I want to make it, though. I guess it would make sense to do it, like, somewhere... Actually, let's do it right where we were. Let's make this into our little hatching area. It's kind of a weird, awkward place, but hey, why not? Alright, so let's do a redstone lamp. I don't know if it has to be like directly above it. Actually, let's move it one up because I don't feel comfortable with putting it right there. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make a lever. Am I gonna make a lever? Yeah, I'm gonna make a lever. I had a moment of crisis. It's alright, we averted the crisis. Cobblestone, I just need one. I know you're gonna try to give me like a million, but I just need one. And then do that. Lever. Just need some redstone signal. So I can turn on our little incubator friend. Whoop. I want to see how much faster this is. I really doubt it's going to be something that's worthwhile to do, just because of the fact that it just doesn't seem like it'd be something worthwhile to do. But I could be wrong. I could be very mistaken. It may end up being like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I have no idea. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Actually, before I get carried away here, let me go ahead and drop this wood off into here because I am almost certainly going to require a lot of these different things at some point or another. Fertilized dirt, you can go in there too. I really need to ditch this compressed cobblestone. I've had it forever and it is not moving because I just don't use it. But whatever. Future Choco problem yet again. Alright, so let's go ahead, gather up a good number of wheat. Alright, that's gonna make us a nice little 3 hay baler. Just pick up some rice. Just eat rice raw? Okay. Huh. Alright, that was kind of weird. Alright, so we have 3 hay bales. I just need 2 more, and then we can make the little thing. So let me grab from you 2. And let's go ahead and make this hatchery nest. Just put it under here because we never did this. I never actually bothered to go through with the redstone lamp because it was just such a weird part of the progression that I just never bothered with it. But I want to see how fast this grows. That is awful. Okay, that is horrifically slow. What if it was like directly above it? What do you think about that, game? What if I just... At this point, I'm basically microwaving the thing. No. That's kind of bogus. Well, let's see here. Let me get off of it. Let's see. Let's see what ends up happening if nothing is on it. This is... No, it's still progressing the same exact rate. If anything, I feel like it's almost faster. Alright, here. Hold on. Let's take hatchery nest. There's a description. Place an egg into the nest and will auto-hatch your chicken over a random time. Placing a redstone lamp, heat lamp, up to 3 blocks above the nest will increase the speed. Sitting on the egg will also increase the speed. Okay. Pretty sure we did exactly that and it didn't do anything to the speed of it, but sure. Oh, it went up by 2% that time. So it's like marginally faster. It's saying faster, but it's not like zoom zoom. It's just like, you know, got a little tiny like moped zoom zoom. We're not talking like Lamborghini zoom zoom. Alrighty, so that's going. I'm no longer interested in that, although apparently it remembers the progress, which is kind of disturbing. But so let me go ahead. Now, how did you manage to escape? You know, I'm not too concerned about it, but it's just kind of weird that you managed to escape. All right, whatever. I am not going to even worry about that. That's a future Choco problem, and problem I'm not going to worry about. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, wow, we have a lot of potions of healing. Can I do anything with this? Please. Don't seem to be potion of healing. understand. Tormented? Okay, that was weird. Hey! Thorchamp? Thorchamp, 6-month resub. I'm going blind. Slowly but surely I am going blind. But thank you very much for the resub, Areno. Half a year together. Alright, let's see. What was I doing? I was going to make one last thing before we call it the end of the episode. Which is I was going to take this, slap some of that together, and we're going to make an iron sword. Because we're going to almost certainly be replacing some items in the near future with Tinker's Construct. I say near, just remember that's a relative term. Toxic Bane, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. And let's cut him down. Okay. And I do believe that is going to be all she wrote. Let's go ahead and see if we got anything. Oh, we got a Diblet parcel. Neato Canito. Alright, so let's see here. Anything of particular interest? No. Alright, so we will probably be doing some build stuff in the nearish future. I will actually also tack on this. Next episode, we are going to do a loot bag opening to kick things off. So to start everything off, we are going to do a loot bag opening. I think it's only fair. We've collected not a whole ton, but we've collected, I think, what would be considered a rather respectable amount. Because this is what, 5 or 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is going to be 9 uncommon loot bags. We have 12 commons, and we got some rares. So we're gonna probably manipulate this and make it go up to as high as we can go. I think all we're gonna be able to do, unfortunately, is an epic. I don't think we're gonna be able to hit legendary. Right? Yeah, we're not gonna. We're gonna hit epic. We're gonna hit like maybe 2 epics throughout the course of the day. But okay, we'll see. We're not gonna worry about that. But we're just gonna go ahead leave that be. But we're gonna let this collect some dirt for us. We're gonna just kind of have that do its thing, and then once we finish that off, we'll be back next time. And I think we're gonna just demolish what we have here, rebuild our farming area a little bit, because this is a little bit crazy. This is a little bit nuts. We probably are going to need to make another farming station as well. Actually, is that true? Maybe. We'll see. I haven't decided about that, actually. I guess it doesn't really matter. Do I want to do it? Okay, whatever. Well, I'll think about this and kind of sleep on it, but we'll figure something out. And we will get something hopefully done that's going to be agreeable and everyone's going to like. So anyways, I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you guys next time. So take care, everybody. Oh, yeah, and I also need to make more growth crystals. Because that's actually not that expensive anymore. Growth crystals are actually not too bad to make. These new tier 2 things are dope. I love them. These things are bae. Love them. But anyways, take care. Have a wonderful, safe day. Oh, like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. Ciao.